Hey guys, there's currently somebody on the EU West server who's literally flying through every single rank right now. This guy has about 129 wins and has about 2 losses in Platinum 2. Guys, today we're going to be taking a look at a Jax main who has an outstanding KDA while also having like an insane win ratio. We're going to be taking a look at how this guy carries himself through his games. So with that being said, guys, let's watch him play against a Vladimir. See how he plays. Also, I do have something to mention here. This guy does not play solo. He does actually duo queue with another player who's also insanely good at his champion. He's currently playing Rengar. So he's duo queuing. He's probably like the other guy is probably a challenger player too. So they're completely like flying through every single rank right now. But anyways. Now for the setup that this Jax player is running, he's going for Conqueror with Triumph, with Alacrity, Last Dance, with the Magical Footwear, and the Time Warp Tonic, taking attack speed, AD, and Magic Resist. He's also playing with Corrupting Potion as the starter item, also playing against a Vladimir. So this is going to be quite an interesting game. Hopefully we get to see something that we can learn from this Jax. So far he's going for the level 1 cheese. Probably wants to try and cheese the Kazakhs. It's going to be really, really interesting. You can already see like the way how they're coordinating themselves. You can clearly tell that these guys are playing with each other. So how exactly are they going to carry like each other? Let's figure this out. Starting off helping down the blue buff for Rengar. He's going top right now. Enemy team knows for sure that Rengar is starting off at the blue buff because they're pinging for it. Currently starting off with E against Vladimir. This matchup is kind of not very fun for Jax, at least for level 1. You could technically fight Vladimir as Jax on level 1, but you do have to get close to pull your E. It seems like despite not having the best E trade in the world, he does trade him, but loses the trade insanely hard. Definitely not worth it. He had to use a Corrupting Potion for that. This matchup is kind of like not fun because Vladimir can totally like out-trade Jax anytime if played to perfection. But around level 3 is when Jax can do something, but in the level 1-2, there's barely anything that you can do. But so far, he's made a bad mistake. They've been taking a little too much damage. Tiny little mistake. He's gonna have to use his teleport. Okay, as soon as he gets to level 3, that's when he can stand a chance to snowball this lane. Without level 3, you can't really trade Vladimir, unless you get the push. He doesn't seem to go for like a jump on Vladimir at all yet, but I think once the Kree wave thins out a little bit, he's probably going to go for a jump. You could technically fight Vladimir as Jax if you get stacks on Jax, like get the attack speed stacks. You could all in Vladimir. Still, then again, it's pretty tough. He's currently stacking it up. Both junglers are currently playing around bot lane, so this is completely like a 1v1 right now. He's looking out to get the jump, despite not having the full stacks. Tries to take down the... Oh, that's a very well played. That's very well played by Jax. Not gonna lie. Very well played. Immediately takes the kill on Vladimir. Vladimir did not see that coming. This was in the hands of a really good play of a Jax main. Now he has about 2 long swords. He's about to buy the Tiamat as the first item. or he goes for the Blade of the Rune King. We will see. Either one of the two. Blade of the Rune King nowadays is a pretty OP item on Jax. Many Jax players are currently building Blade of the Rune King because it adds like so much to the champion. It adds like so much. Both the item active, the stats, and the on hit is also very good. I wonder like what build he's gonna run into this game. Despite like trading Vladimir going in with a QW, he still lost that trade. But he does have more potions than Vladimir, so it's still worth it. The thing is like, even if the trade is even, Jax has more potions. So technically he wins. You kind of like use his Q for no reason. Let's see. He's got to be he's got to have to be really careful because Kha'Zix is missing. Yeah, this was honestly like, the thing is Kha'Zix is missing on the map at the moment. Generally, you don't want to fight your opponent if Kha'Zix is missing. This is important because if the enemy jungler is missing, if you fight, you could force yourself into a 1v2 situation. It is much better to stay safe, not to fight your opponent, rather than fighting your opponent and not knowing where the jungler is. Because often you can put yourself into a 1v2. You don't want this. He missed the cannon right now because of this. So he put himself kind of in a... He fell behind a little bit because he nearly got caught. In terms of farm, he's currently behind of about 16 CS, which is pretty huge. He's going to have to make a great comeback with the farm. Oh, he lost that one. I think he was typing. Probably. He's trying to build up the creep wave right now. He's going for like the slow push. So he could eventually use that to roam or dive. He completely drops the entire wave to walk up to Rengar to try and help him. Okay. That was quite interesting, seeing him drop the farm just to help out the Rengar. Goes in for the trade. Vladimir is overextending a little too much. Very well played. Very good trades. He could go in for like another jump. Rengar's currently here trying to like gank. They're gonna dive to Vladimir. It's pretty hard to dive at Vladimir because Jax is currently on 80% health. Rengar gets killed pretty easily against Vladimir, so they can't dive. He's being forced to go back again. Let's see what he builds. He's rushing the Executioner item to stop the healing from Vladimir. Okay. And he appears to be going for the Blade Room King build. I'm pretty sure of it right now. He's rushing the attack speed items to go for the blade later on. Sure. Also going for the W max. He takes the auto attack to stack up the passive for the attack speed. He's kind of like autoing just to get the stacks off. Just to get the extra attack speed whenever Vladimir gets close. Even if it's just one auto. Once again, he's going to have to be really careful of where Kha'Zix is going to come from. He doesn't really have any wards right now. Okay, this is about to be a free kill for him. No. Not yet. It's fine for him because he still has corrupting potions. He seems to be playing very risky so far. Like, he's not necessarily placing wards down. He's not necessarily playing around He's not necessarily playing around based on where the enemy jungler is. He's just going all in every single time, taking down the risks so he could snowball very hard. I don't personally like that kind of playstyle myself because I rather have a much more consistent playstyle myself, trying to stop the mistakes from potentially dying to junglers and stuff. That's how it works for me. But this guy seems to value like snowballing a lot. He seems to go for the risks. If it means him dying for a jungle gank or whatever, he goes for it anyways. He goes to try anyway. He's also not using his Q to go into creeps to go faster, but that's not a huge point. He has about Vladimir's about 20% ahead, 20 CS ahead in terms of farm right now. Rengar's playing the game around bot lane. Once again, there isn't like any kind of vision, and from the looks from Kha'Zix is currently missing, but he does also play on bottom, so he's going for the push. If he pushes this extremely hard, it's gonna allow him to either back off the base once more to get the item, to get the next item, or oh. This is exactly kind of what I'm talking about. So despite Jax having a 98% win rate, he does take a lot of risks during the game. And I think this is really interesting to see. This kind of shows like how you can still have a pretty insane win rate despite having, you know, making risks. But more importantly, guys, if you're looking to climb in solo queue in general, you really want to try to stop making those tiny mistakes, because every time you accidentally die or you have to back to base because of, you know, missing creeps because you did a mistake, those things are all considered to be like, you know, not being consistent. You want to try to be consistent, trying to completely like stop the mistakes from ever happening again. And the easiest way to stop those mistakes is simply by learning how to track your jungler. Like, that's quite literally how it goes. If you can track down a jungler from the enemy team, you will never have to die against that again. Tracking down a jungler during the game is very important. It's a very important skill to carry and become a lot more consistent. Rengar was around top side trying to like gank top, but he couldn't. Once again, they couldn't really go for it. Vladimir is pretty hard to dive under turret, so it's gonna be quite interesting to see like how he's gonna snowball this. He can't really trade Vladimir. Vladimir's like slowly starting to outscale this Jax, so he's kind of in trouble right now. Especially like since Kha'Zix ganked him before and he fell for it. Let's speed this up a little bit. Back to the lane. There we go. Kha'Zix and Jarvan are currently on top side. He's gonna have to be really careful for this. He knows it. He plays down a ward inside the tri-bush. That's great. There's currently like lots of pressure in mid. He does not have TP up or flash, so he's being forced to like push the next wave, to push it like right under the turret for Vladimir. Like, he cannot afford to roam right now because otherwise the wave will crash inside the center. If he pushes this in, once again, he can allow himself to like back to base, buy an item, or even roam, even do something. Jarvan showed bottom for like 1 second. If Jack saw this, then he can just play around Vladimir once again. The thing right now is that Vladimir is starting to slowly outscale the Jack, so it's going to be a big problem. He's going to have to fix like the Blade Rune King sooner or later. Okay, he's going for it. Nearly died right there. Once again, he went for the risk. He couldn't take it. So far, every single time he went for like an all-in against Vladimir, he tried to go for the risk to try and take him down. Didn't work. He's not even completing his base anymore to get the full health. He's just going back immediately because he knows he's going to be missing a ton of creeps right now. There he is, back to lane. He lost like 1 wave at most. Vladimir does not have the ultimate right now, while he has already completed the blade. This is where the power spike is going to make a huge difference, guys. Before, Jax could not fight Vladimir before. Now that he finally completed the Blade of the Rune King item, he's able to 1v1 Vladimir right now. And also, both of the ultimates were down. This is why Jax could win this 1v1 very easily, because the Blade of the Rune King is a massive power spike for this champion. Once you get Blade on Jax, that's when you can like 1v1 most majority of the top laners. Makes a pretty huge difference. Just by getting one single item, scaling up himself to one single item, just kind of like, you know, farming out and playing aggressive here and there. Eventually, after Blade, this is how he gets to win the lane. Now, what exactly is he going to do to win after the lane? You know, to snowball the game. Let's figure this out. He seems to be going top right now. He's just going to go back top so he can stop Vladimir from pushing. His teleport is going to be up in about a couple seconds, so he can use that to split push the side lanes. Since he already has Blade, the Blade item, he can quite literally just jump on Vladimir and just destroy him completely. How one single item can potentially win the entire game. This is where things are going to make a difference, because besides Jax getting the Blade and starting to outscale the Vladimir this way, besides that, he can split top right now. He can also farm out the jungle camps at the same time very fast. It's something that Vladimir can't really do. You can take camps on Vladimir, but not as quickly as something like a Jax. So this is actually, like, this is really where Jax is going to shine. Where Jax is going to make a difference. Ooh, I think they might get another kill here. Very well then. He's farming up for the Trinity Force right now. Eventually, if he gets the Trinity Force, he becomes literally unstoppable. Gets mana. Doesn't have enough gold for a Dasheen yet. So far from the way how this guy plays, this Jax player plays overly aggressive. The way how he gets to win all of those games in a row, how he's managed to get like 130 wins or something like that with like 2 losses, this is because he plays insanely aggressive. He doesn't give his opponent like any time to breathe during the laning phase. He just keeps on going back in, keeps playing aggressive, keeps trying to like snowball the game, because once top lane gets going, especially on a champion like Jax, you can literally solo carry the game afterwards. And especially now that he plays Jax and trying to play like this, playing like super overly aggressive, he also has a duo queue partner, which is Rengar, who's also a really good player. And this is how he gets this insane massive win rate. This is how he does it, guys. He's just constantly like pushing down the wave, going back to base, getting the farm, getting the jungle camps, pushing back to wave again, and then eventually just 1v1 the opponent. This is literally how he plays. What's his playstyle is like. He still has to teleport up. He can use it anytime for the teammates to help them out as well. But so far, he hasn't had the need to like teleport for the team, so... He's so insanely strong right now. He's about level 14 right now. He currently has to teleport. There's a massive fight in mid right now, but he doesn't seem to teleport for it. He just continues to like split top right now. Continues to farm up. There's no jungle camps to take at all at the moment, because Rengar is so far as taking them. They're going for the turret right now with the Rengar. Okay. Once again, like I mentioned before, you can't really dive with Vladimir, guys. It's pretty difficult to dive with Vladimir since he can use his pull. Especially because you can also press R and have a good heal, like good amount of heal. Instead of going for the top turret to push it out, he's now trying to like flank the enemy team from behind. Doesn't get to finish the turret, just goes straight for the kills right now. Very good flank by Jax. This is very good. Alright. Now before going back to base, he's going for the dragon, of course. If the entire enemy team goes down, dragon is going to be super free, especially if you're playing Jax. You can just rush it very quickly. Now they have about 3 dragons right now. If they only get 1 more dragon, the game is going to be over. So he has the Trinity Force. So he has the Blade as the first item. This is pretty much the meta of Jax right now. He also rushed this item to stop the healing from Vladimir. He's got the Corrupting Potion as his starter item to heal himself, instantly with the Time Warp Tonic inside the runes. And he also has the Trinity Force, which is the core item of Jax. You pretty much want to get this item in every single game, guys. Playing Jax without Trinity Force is a mistake. You always want to get this item regardless of what happens in the game. Now, instead of playing around his teammates, Jax is literally just playing around the side lanes, trying to like catch the Vladimir constantly, but also having the pressure, which is very important. There's a massive fight in mid at the moment. He sees it, he knows it, but he wants to clear out the way first. This is very much where the game is going to end. The teammates are pushing mid right now. Jax is having the split in bot lane. They're getting the inhib and they can also rotate towards bot right now. Yeah, this is where the game is going to end. Let's take a look. Yep. This is where the game is going to end. Honestly, like the way how this Jax player plays, I'm honestly not that much of a fan of it. I rather play very consistent, play safe, and put brain in certain situations. But he does play insanely aggressive. It's working out very well, especially for him with his duo partner. So he does play Jax in a pretty good way. He's not a bad Jax player. He plays super aggressive and his playstyle works very well. So anyways, if you guys want to see more challenging gameplay, but from me, I'm streaming like almost every single day, streaming like 6 times a week. Don't forget to check out my stream, guys, if you want to see me playing some challenging games. Pretty much playing my challenging games every single day. So anyways, thank you so much for watching today's video. If there's anyone that you guys want to see, make sure to place down a comment like under the video below, and like give it some likes so I can see it on top. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.